Keep it real.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BEV4REAL show. Hey, listen, I have a special guest. I'm so excited this week, could not get here. I am sitting with Mr. Rodrick PK Smith, the comedian himself. We're going to have a good time on this show. Welcome, Mr. Rodrick, to the
Thank you for having me.
show.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
so exciting to have you here.
I'm excited too. I'm just, I guess I'm not showing it, but I'm excited to be here too.
Well, I'm glad you are.
Yeah.
I'm glad. We need some laughter.
Yeah, definitely.
We need laughter. It's so much going on. And
Yes.
With my show, it's ministry, and I do have a lot of guests, but you're my first comedian, and I'm
Thank
just
you.
super, super excited.
Thank you.
With that being said, tell me, when and how did you discover Mr. PK Smith, the comedian?
When I be hanging around my family members, seem like the silliness come out, and it's like it's a part of me feel like it's my responsibility to cheer up the atmosphere. They be expecting me to do something or mark somebody in the family, or so it always been like that. And my aunt, I think when I got started with comedy, it was my aunt that told me, "So you can do that." So I ain't never did that. She said, "Yes, you can do it." And my sister and my cousin signed me up to the what's that church out, and they had a comedy contest, and they signed me up, and I'm like, "Who I go as?" And my sister, called me PK because we was PKs. My dad's a pastor. So she said, "Just go as PK," and I went as PK. And I
That's
entered.
just good.
And I entered, and it took me a long time before I actually know what PK meant. Before I even, I just took the initiative. I didn't know what it was till someone did, just like you did just now.
Yeah.
Said, "Preacher's kid." I thought that was that PK meant, but I ain't let them know.
Right.
But hey, it went, and it was more or less. How would you say it? It was more or less like Apollo, and I won the first week, and I won the second week, and then that third week, the guy was in it. He had more members from his church there, more people there. My church had youth revival that week, so it didn't bother me because I was already doing comedy for my family, and that was good enough for me.
Right.
It wasn't about the money then. It was just about, my family. They'd be having a cookout. Now, I don't even know they having a cookout. And they called me, brought my phone. Like, "Hey, cuz, come on down, man. We just chilling. Come on down." So that was more important than money. But then the next week after the show, I went to Orangeburg and did a show. And then it was wide open ever since, So I don't do clubs. I don't do drinking events. I do bishop anniversaries, wedding anniversaries, wedding receptions. I've did some pretty good comedy shows. I pick and choose my own battles.
That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, so then my dad had me. I'm also a minister, so families was requesting me to preside at the funeral.
Wow.
And how I got that, my aunt died. Same one that told me to do comedy.
Wow.
So me just being me, doing the resign and over a funeral, it's a sad occasion. And I'm looking at all these people crying and all this, and my daddy said, I look at my daddy and said, "Man, it's gonna be tough, man." He said, you break through, you break through. So I kept going and kept going and kept going. And I said something funny about my aunt, and everybody laughed. And I just roll with it. But then those presiding got more and more and more, and more families wanted me to preside over their moms, their dad, their kids, and it was tough.
Right.
And I just kept going. And every time it always been a blank spot. Whereas I felt I couldn't do it. And then you'll say something, especially when it came down to one family. And everybody in the family name had Tariqa and Jaguar, all these, you know, had all these up in the ghetto names.
I get it.
So, you know, I'm like, hold on now. I'm listening. I'm used to Sue, Ann, Diane, Betty, these names, and I'll try to pronounce one of the young ladies' names. She was getting ready to say a remark for her grandmama or aunt or whatever it was, and she got up. I said, I started it.
Right.
And I said, do that sound like any of y'all in here? And the little girl raised her hand. I said, okay, when you walk over to the mic, tell the people who your name is. And it just rolled from there. And it just got to a place where, you know, families caught on to it. And I'm thinking after that, a lot of other ministers, other presiders, they saw it. I never get credit for it, don't want no credit for it, but I'm glad they're doing it. Now when they preside, they try to make the family laugh. If you're going to preside, in other words, preside over a funeral, you like the host.
Right, absolutely.
So, you know, and it makes it easy. My dad said it makes it easy to preach.
It does. You know, it's a time of brokenness.
Yes.
You know, so anything like, you know, Lord, forgive me for telling this one, but a family member of mine passed away, right? So they had the people up there singing. And the lady couldn't hold a note. I was so weak. I was laughing and I had the tissue. I'm rolling. And every time the usher would go, it's all right, baby, you taking this so hard. I'm laughing. And it's not funny, but that lady couldn't hold a note and they gave her the mic. So you
well, when she got finished, y'all had to say y'all excuse her, you know, she was in bereavement. She's bereaving now.
People came up after the funeral and go, oh, darling, you took it so hard.
Church people can lie in the church easily. They don't even know they're lying. I've seen that. I said, and my family, I've been to so many funerals. I mean, I've been around a lot of funerals. It's amazing how they know that person been hell raisers. They get up there and boy, they make them sound like boy, they just be playing that violin. I'm looking at the side of the head.
I'm gonna fix my little pearls on that note.
Oh, I'm like, oh my God. I see myself, I'm sitting there looking at, I know. I mean, I'm like myself, y'all two didn't really get along. Why you up here talking?
Oh, she was so wonderful. They were so nice. They was I couldn't.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we really know. And that's what was tickling me. And I just said, Lord, forgive me, Jesus, because I really don't mean to laugh, but I couldn't even breathe.
It's a lot of funny stuff to go on in a funeral. Church people are funny.
Oh, yeah. And you know, you can get a lot of jokes out of there. Lord knows we all supposed to be in there. We supposed to be in there to hear the word.
A lot of people go to church to be nosy, though.
You seen Heather had them same shoes on last week. And you know them shoes crook up. They need to change them shoes.
Always. Church is like days of our lives.
Oh my goodness.
You can't.
Hey,
I was laughing at I sit and watch some of the people that came to church and I'm like, I can't believe you done been to church all this time. We done got $1 million church now. And they still putting $1.
Quarters.
In the envelope.
Quarters.
The envelope costs more than that.
Did you ever hear when they drop it in and you hear the change rattling?
Yeah, they be their fingernails scattering that change at the bottom.
Acting like they, you know.
But we don't do that no more though. They don't pass the collection pan around.
No.
They don't play that. They cash app and put it in the envelope and someone come pick it up.
ATM machines inside the church.
Well, we ain't got that classified. I mean,
I've seen it.
I'm in a country church.
Oh.
We not trusting no ATM with that money. They not doing it.
Oh.
They not doing it. No.
Yeah.
We got a trustee named man. He's been watching that money all his life.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And they always get people that's tight with the money.
To watch it.
Yeah. He don't spend nothing at the house. He ain't spend nothing at the church house.
My goodness.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, yeah.
That's all right.
But it's just the nature of the beast when it comes down to being around that church all the time. It's like, and then on top of that, you know, you preacher's kid, you got to, you got to watch everything you do.
Ooh, who you telling about? So let me ask you this question. When you were younger, were you doing the comedian things, just doing little things to have fun around the house, and did you get in trouble for it?
No, my uncles. I had uncles that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I had one uncle named Uncle Jerry. He came from New York, and he was funny. I mean, we would all sit out on the porch, and he would be telling us stories, and it was funny. And he was doing matter of fact, he was doing. What I eventually started doing is going around different families. They would like invite him over. Or we going over Hayes' house or the other aunt,
Mm-hmm.
and we get there, and he be on the porch, and he was the first man I ever known that can actually cross his leg, and the other leg. I mean, I've been trying it all my life, man, and I can't cross my leg for nothing. The last time I crossed my leg, man, I needed help. I tried to cross my leg. I can't say how he do it, man. I mean, he could cross his leg and it would just hang like
all the way on that side,
like it's broke, and he sits like that for hours, man. I couldn't take 3 seconds of it. I'm like, oh my God, I got everything but the crossing of the leg, and he was so good. When he could sit and put his hand on his knee and be smoking a cigarette at the same, and just relax. I couldn't do it. I said, man, I can't do that. I must get that from my mama's side. That was my daddy's brother. I must have got knees and legs like my mama's side, because I ain't never seen nobody on that side cross the leg, but my uncle cross his leg.
And tell some story.
Both legs be just like this leg be saying, I'm like, and he'll sit there and be like, it ain't nothing. Oh my God. Rocking it, man.
Well, you know what? We had an aunt that can sit like that, and she used to smoke them cigarettes,
Mm-hmm.
and when she smoked it,
yeah,
like that, and that leg, but just a swinging.
Yeah, they can do it.
Yeah,
man.
everybody can't do that, but you know.
Yeah, they can do it. I grew up. My aunts, they didn't hide anything from us, like
Mm-hmm.
people. No, you had to learn. You learned. My aunt, when she said she ain't cooking, no, she meant she ain't cooking. Go find something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And we had my grandmama used to get us, and she go in the fields and be working in people's fields, and we'd be out there and terrorizing daggone the owners of the property. We'd say we go in now, get some water, something, go in there, be eating their cornflakes, eating their food, and we go and see my grandmama. She be in the field, and next thing you know is like she disappeared. She been gone so far now, you can't hardly see her. Next thing you see her coming back. So she would tell us to sit up under the tree. So we would sit up under the tree, man. It was growing up. If you wanted something to eat, we would go fishing, get a BB gun, and go get us a bird.
That's
not because we had to, because it was adventurous. Huckleberry Finn ain't had nothing on us.
See, that's. But you know what? A lot of people are going back to living off the land.
Yeah.
Right now, the way things looking in the grocery store, I think we all might need to, you know what I mean, get out there and milk a cow and get the eggs.
I ain't going back. Those ones that knows and want to do that, y'all going back. I done been there. I ain't going back. I did. We went to Georgia. Mm-hmm. We was down there for a weekend, and it was a big. It was like in a air base place where we went and did a show, and I was like, man, because every time I did a show, I never repeated it. That's what I'm saying. I never repeated. It'd always be the crowd, and I would just pop up. Mm-hmm. I have a few ideas in my head, but I never said it out loud or even thought about it. But when I did it, and with the topic and the crowd, it just seemed like they really just finished the comedy setup. And I was just thinking, and I said, you know what? You ain't never known in the history of man, a black man ever been attacked by no crocodile or attacked by no shark or got ran down by no lion. We're not play with things with teeth that we know that eat us.
Right.
And man, they roll. I said, I can tell you exactly what I mean. And everybody in here ought to understand. I said, you got a white Boy Scout troop and a black Boy Scout troop. Mm-hmm. The white Boy Scout troop gonna walk down in the woods. Woods that only wood animals be in.
Right.
And pitch a tent.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're going to pitch a tent.
There you go.
Black Boy Scout troops, where you think they went?
They on top of the hill.
To the churchyard.
We'll be right back.
Pure grit.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Listen, I am sitting here having a ball with Mr. Rodrick PK Smith himself live. I am so tickled. So, Mr. Rodrick, we've been sitting here cutting up, laughing, having a great time. I think it's so awesome that we have comedians that have clean jokes, inspiring ones to make people laugh, because you always hear the word laughter brings joy to the heart and it's healing. So tell me, in this journey of your career in the comedian arena, who inspired you and who is your favorite, if I can ask?
Well, church folks don't get all upset. Richard Pryor and Bernie Mac is my two favorites.
Bernie was something.
Yes, and well, I grew up with my uncle, my older uncles. I used to stay with them on some of my mom's side. I grew up listening to Dolomite.
Okay.
And it always was Dolomite and the Sanctified Monkey.
Right.
And I always, hear it in my head, and it just, I took the how he would use the story.
Right.
People that, would come to me and say, tell me a joke. I don't tell jokes, I tell stories.
There you go.
So it's a difference between telling a joke, because see, I think, to me, telling a joke is repeated. You got to remember it, and I get bored. I tell people all the time I'm ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, they just ain't had no medicine for me.
Right.
My grandma just give me turpentine and sugar to calm me down.
Really?
Yeah. My grandma was,
Those old remedies work.
I don't know if it worked or not.
But
I found out when I got to school, my grandma gave me poison. I don't know if grandma finished all her schooling. Grandma, you could have been a drop too much.
Oh.
It would have been ugly.
Oh.
Turpentine and sugar. She said a worm. I'm like, Grandma, really? How you know? Did you see it? Oh my God. I remember one time I was running through the house and ran into a corner and top of my head bleeding. And I'm thinking, my grandma, I live in Columbia.
Right.
And I'm thinking my grandma gonna call 911 or pull out a bandage or some kind of medical supplies. I'm sitting there bleeding. She run around the house with a broom.
Huh?
Getting spider web. Grandma, that spider web ain't clean. Oh my God. We grew up rough. If you get stung by a wasp or a bee and you sweat, look like a Chinese, you look like a Chinese. My grandma would spit tuna back on you. Tuna back on it. So, oh my God, now I walk around, my face swole and I got nets and it's hot. I'm just aggravated. I'm more mad. I don't know if I'm mad at my grandma or the wasp.
I'm cracking up because I've heard people say they would get spider webs, roll it up, and pack it in, but they say it heal faster that way.
I don't know if it heal fast or not. I don't know. I was stunned for a long time.
Oh.
I was stunned. Oh my God. And then when I went to school, I thought I was doing something. My grandma my hero. Right. And I thought I was doing something and didn't know I went to school, I'm about to get DSS on my grandmama. I was telling a story about my summer and I was like, yeah, my grandma, such and such and got spotted wheels and the teacher like, for what? Really? And I'm like, and then the teacher went in and said, you know what turpentine is? I'm like, no, my grandma, I don't know. I never heard of turpentine until my grandma said turpentine, that little brown ball. She said, well, you know what turpentine is? She said, how old is your grandma? We don't know how old my grandma is. You need to call my grandma. I think, what? And she would tell me, turpentine is poison. I'm like, poison? Like rat poison? Yes. I'm like, oh my God. Like, come on, that lady said you give her rat poison. That woman know what she talking about. I said, oh my God. I'm about to get my grandma locked up, and she ain't know it was a remedy, but that's how we grew up. It was always remedies, and every summer somebody get messed up, but they survived.
Grandma fixing y'all up.
Grandma fixing up. I had a cousin one time, he thought he was a ninja. And he had those little shoes, came from New York, every summer the cousins came from New York, one always had some kind of character. One came as a Muslim and he didn't eat no pork. Grandmama don't serve nothing but pork right here. You gonna starve. So every summer we butcher the hog and he come down there, he decides he's a Muslim now. Boy, you too young to be a Muslim now. I told you because you too young to be a Muslim. Because grandma cooked pork in the morning, pork in the evening, and pork be laying around all day long. We be eating skins. What you eat? Sour weeds?
What he eat?
Sour weeds.
What in the world?
You don't remember when growing up, them little red weeds? When you buy them, it's sour.
No, I grew up in Harlem, so I don't know.
It was called sour weeds. Mm-hmm. And berries.
Oh, that's all he would eat?
Nah, he would sneak off and go to we had this lady named Miss Bernice, and we would go over to her. She had like penny candies and stuff like that. He really ate a lot of junk. Mm-hmm. But that only lasted the first week. Mm-hmm. I think he picked back his Muslim when he went back to New York. Oh. Because he was about to die. He had all us wanting to get his food. I'm telling you, he and then we had the one that was a ninja, he climbed up in this big old tree. He climbed up in a tree that none of us would dare come around.
And y'all living down there.
Yeah, we lived there. We on there on weekends and down there, but he came on us and he climbed up in this tree. And he's walking on a branch and he's doing this and doing this. And it was like 14 or 15 of us out there. I mean, right. All our cousins out there, we was impressed. Those shoes Gerald got with the hoof toes, man, he is a ninja, because we country. We was impressed, like, wow, man, he is a ninja. We never seen no ninja. We heard a ninja. Right. Wow, man, he is, man. He was doing all that, man. And somehow or another, he must have closed his eyes and got cocky and lifted his leg up and stepped and missed the whole branch. And that had been about 15 feet fall. And he hit the ground, and first thing all of us did was broke out running. Grandma, Gerald dead! Gerald dead! He came out there and goes, he all right, that's not the way that is. Boy, he ain't got back up in that tree no more. And then the following year he came back with a dashiki on. I'm like, man, y'all gotta be the most boring people. Y'all might need to hang around down here. And we used to pick at him, man. It was always a bunch of characters. Right. And then we had this one cousin, he passed couple years ago, and his name was Joseph Carl. And man, Joseph Carl was so bow-legged. I mean, he was bow-legged like that. Whoa. Like that. And I'm telling you, this guy was so fast.
And never tripped over his leg.
No, he was just that, he was fast. We called ourselves chasing him one time. Oh. And man, he left us. I mean, and he was younger than us. Wow. But he was so fast. Wow. It was a trip, man. I would never give. I wish my kids could just look back on how we grew up. I mean, I had all my grandparents, I had my mama parents, and my daddy parents. And my granddaddy always had like selling fruits and candy. He always had. Everybody had a little store. Yeah. Go to Miss Janice up there. Go to Miss Brown. Go to Miss Jeffcoat. You know, they always sold
And
candy.
it was at their house.
At their house.
The candy lady.
Yeah, at the house. Yeah, we always did that. So my granddad had fruits and all kind of stuff. But then when we got down there, my cousins that lived down there, this white guy named Buck. So they would go pick tomatoes. And you know, I tried my hand at it. You know, so I went out there. I said, them guys making like $60 a week. I'm thinking that's big money.
Right.
$60. Wow. I can get some pro kids with school start. I am a pro kid.
Oh, what y'all know about that pro kids?
Oh man, you remember Sunshine was the only store in Columbia that sold pro kids.
See, I'm not from here.
Oh,
but I knew what those pro kids was when we was up in New York.
Man, it was the bomb. And I said, I'm gonna get this pro kid. Man, I used to make $2-3. Yeah, that Miss Bernie. She would give us credit.
A lot of money.
She was giving credit. So one day he told me, he said, you ain't cut out for this business. I said, man, look here. I don't come to work. I didn't come to work. I said, I didn't want my cousin to leave me at the house by myself. I just came out here. I mean, I just sit in the truck. I mean, I don't have to pick no tomatoes because I used to put all the green tomatoes on the bottom, and put the red on the bottom. He said, you can't do that. I said, well, man, look here, I ain't cut out for this, man. You might well let me stay in the truck. I'll go back home. So when it was either go with them or either go with my grandma. And my grandma would go and be out there and be hoeing them fields and just doing stuff around people's garden. I'm like, man, grandma don't know when to go home. Grandma don't have no quitting time. Grandma don't even take breaks. She don't even know it's 12 o'clock lunch. She just keep going till she finish. Yeah. And then she have on all them clothes. I'm like, Lord, I don't know how she do it. I'm in a tank top and barefoot and shorts, and I'm still about to burn.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing what our generations back there was so different from where we are. You mentioned your children. Tell me about your children. Oh,
I got 4. I have a son. I have an oldest daughter. She's in Augusta. My son is here in Columbia, and my twin girls are here in Columbia. And I have 10 grands. I have a set of twin grands. And I have 3 grandsons and a host of girls. A whole lot of girls. Yeah, a whole lot of girls. I mean, a whole lot of girls. And when I get with them or when I'm with them, I spoil them, but then I send them back home.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, but I don't think my kids understand that they think that's some kind of ritual.
Yeah, we're not supposed to. And then we're not supposed to buy them the toys that make all the noise. But those are the fun toys.
Oh, I buy the toys that make the noise.
Yeah.
And send them home.
That's what we're supposed to do.
And the little guns do Daddy, why you bought them that? Because that way he can entertain you.
There you go.
Yeah. But they my kids are still kind of like spoiled.
Oh.
The kids still kind of spoiled, and I'm trying my best to wean them.
Yes. And
it's kind of hard because they get mad at me. Oh, they get mad at me, and they not knowing that at the end of the day, I am the boss.
There you go.
But they don't understand that.
No.
You gotta let them think it is. I let them think it is the boss.
Come on.
I let them think it is the boss.
They become our parents.
Yeah, they want to.
They try.
They want to. I told them, I say, man, if something goes wrong, I'm gonna put myself in a home.
See, I already have a plan for myself.
I'm gonna put myself in a home, and all my money going with me to the home. So if you want any of my money, I advise you to invite me into your home.
There you go.
But I know one of my kids. I will not say, but I definitely won't be going to that kid.
Oh my Lord!
I know they gonna grease me up and put my little white socks on, my little sweatpants and my little t-shirt and roll me in front of the TV. I'll probably be there in front of that TV all day. And they gonna check on me and that.
Listen, I have 3. I always say this. Take me to the oldest one house because he gonna feed me till I bust. My middle one, don't take me there because he will give you a piece of meat that thin. Tell me that's all you need. Because we got to work on you. We got to work on you. So I don't need you to work on me. And that last one, my daughter, you take me to her house when it's time for me to go to bed. Because she going to make sure I'm covered. She going to make sure I'm straight. And then she going to tell me, don't you get out that bed tonight. I'll come to check on you in the morning.
My oldest one probably would do that. Rachel, my oldest daughter, Rachel, she probably would do that. But I just got a feeling I'll probably be babysit, even though I'm a baby myself. They probably make me a babysitter.
I left Georgia.
Yeah, make me the babysitter, man.
Every day, all day.
I can't do that.
Every day.
They always tell me, Daddy, you mean? No, when I get aggravated, I get aggravated. I can't. It's a natural thing. I can't control. That's human nature. I get aggravated. I say, sit down. I mean, sit down. I snap. And when they look at me crazy, I said, see, now I don't have to beat them. I use eyes and voice and tone like my granddaddy and daddy. My granddaddy, I did a comedy show one time. My granddaddies, which I love to death, but I can't remember too much of what they said because one of them stuttered and one of them, though, is just fuck. And I never could understand them. But I knew when they were finna attack me.
You knew to sit down.
I knew when they get to attack me.
Yeah.
By just looking at the emotion. I don't know what he said, but it didn't sound too good. It sounded like I was doing something I had no business. I'm serious. I had one girl that he couldn't stand me sleeping past 10 o'clock. He think I should be up doing something. And when I did get up, I called my other granddad and tell him to come pick me up and take me to his house. And I did that back and forth, back and forth. And I could never understand what my granddad was saying. He was tied to him and he stuttered. And then my daddy, he fussed.
Fuss all the time.
Yeah. You know, even when he ain't fussing, he sound like he fussing. But it don't be a fuss like he mad. It just, that's how he talk.
Right.
Then I found out that my granddad had a third grade education.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
He had a third grade education, man, but he was good. Mm-hmm. I mean, he would come all the way to Columbia when you didn't have 77. He came all the way around to Olympia, all the way around, and he would get me. He worked at Blossom Street, and he would leave work, and he would tell my dad he'd come to get me. And he would come over to get me. And all my other cousins said, yeah, grandma, yeah, you grandma, granddaddy pet. Yeah, you the favorite one. I'm like, I didn't choose to be the favorite one, but my daddy is the baby of the family. And I'm the oldest, so hey man, what you say? The spoon was already served. I mean, I just don't just
you just
with
sitting at the table. That is so funny. Yeah. So listen, we're coming to a close.
Okay.
And and I don't laugh so much, my cheek hurts right now. I mean, this is awesome.
It was good to reminisce.
Absolutely. There's nothing like it. I mean, I could sit here and tell you some stories. Listen, I talked to my daughter last night, and the first thing she says, Mommy, don't you get on there and tell him that I tell my friends that you think you're a Christian comedian. I said, why wouldn't you want me to tell him the truth? Because you don't know how to hold it. Ha! I told him. And I feel wonderful. Thank you.
You are. I mean, it's been, people have been wanting me to do shows, and I turned it down because a lot of us, and I deal with this on my job, and I tell them, I say, man, if I'm making $30, $40 an hour, and they tell me I got to get my shot, I'm getting the shot.
Right.
If I was by myself, I wouldn't. But I got kids behind me. I'm giving them an example. I got kids behind me.
There you go.
Little Junior and little JoJo and little Susu don't know nothing about no rights, no voting, no nothing. They don't know nothing about that. No. So now they can't get those sneakers. Now they can't get those J's. Now they can't get this. They can't get that because daddy want to stand his ground. And I tell guys my age, I say, man, I'm 55, and growing up in my era, we grew up on the I am my brother's keeper.
Yes. Now,
y'all running around here now hollering about your rights. Man, you had the police been telling us all our life you have the right to remain silent.
That's right.
Now you go along with this new wave about you got rights. You have the right to do what the laws say you to do.
That's it.
In other words, you got to use, and then they always say, well, the flu. I said, man, I'm 55 years old. I ain't never seen nothing came through and killed this many people. Ain't had no funeral lives. I said, man, when I was growing up, funeral was on Saturday and Sundays.
And they were seniors.
Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes.
You have funerals 2 and 3 times now, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 and 3 o'clock.
Yes.
it's a whole different ballgame. I say this thing is killing people, piling up.
Yes.
And whatever it takes to keep me off that pile, I'm gonna do it.
There you go. That's wisdom.
I'm not falling for the. You know, and you have these people that sit silent.
Mm-hmm.
They going along with, they nodding, yeah, and they one of the main ones. I ain't took the shot.
Right.
So I had to put that in out front to when they, this doing the show. I'm like, nah. I mean, then I tried the virtual. I'll wait. So I got a show coming up this month, and I got 2 shows coming this month. One on the 26th. I think the one was like Valentine's, something like a little Valentine thing, and that's in Florence.
Right.
So I thought, okay, cool, I'll do that. But the thing about it though is, it's already established how they gonna do it.
Absolutely.
You know, and that gets me out there. And like I tell folks all the time, I don't do comedy just for the money. I say I do it because I know how it affects people. I have enough jobs to support me and my family. But comedy is what I have that burns on the inside. Mm-hmm. And if I can make someone laugh and change, and like I say, back having families, they just lost their mother, they just lost their son, they just lost their daughter, they just lost their daddy, to come up after the funeral over and say, thank you for that hour away from the sadness.
Right. So with that being said, if there's one thing that you have inside that is a burning desire that you want to share with our followers and any of those that catch the replay, look into that camera right there and tell them what you would want them to know.
About me or about them? Just about being real.
Being real.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Enjoy your life. Make your own decisions. Stop letting people make decisions for you, because there's gonna come a time where those people are not gonna be around, and you're gonna have to make a decision, and it's gonna be hard. But if you start every day, start making your own decisions, start following your own heart, your own mind, and let God speak to you, He'll let you know. There is a feeling on the inside you'll get when you know you're right. You ever had this thing where you say, "Oh, my mind told me to do that"? Next time your mind tell you to do something, just do it. Start following your mind, because when your mind is doing that, that is your heart speaking. But then you start letting other people get in your ear, and then when it go bad, you really can't get mad at them. You can always say, "Man, I know something told me to do that." So from here on out, from this day forward, start weaning yourself off other people's advice and start leaning to your own understanding. And that is God's way of telling you, He's speaking to you, but you just got to sit back and be quiet and listen. Follow your own heart. Do your own thing. Stop being a copycat. Be you. That comes from PK. He'll tell you that all day.
With that being said, until the next time, keep it real, for real, and we'll see you on the next BEV4REAL show. Good night.